One word. That's all it took to turn a night of passion into one of the most disturbing crimes America has ever seen. In the middle of an intimate moment, Maria whispered her ex's name. Her boyfriend, Fidel Lopez, snapped. And what followed inside their Florida apartment shocked the nation. Fidel Lopez was just 24 years old, living in Florida. To the outside world, he was quiet, reserved, a young man trying to build his life. Maria, his girlfriend, was 31. Older, more experienced, but deeply in love. Or so it seemed. Friends and neighbors said they looked like a normal couple. They had just moved into a new apartment together, ready to start fresh. No one could have imagined that inside those walls, their love story was about to end in horror. Earlier that day, they had visited Fidel's mother. Afterwards, they went to Chili's for dinner, then stopped at a liquor store to pick up beer and liquor before heading back to their new apartment. From the outside, nothing seemed unusual. It looked like just another night for a couple in love. But hidden beneath the surface were insecurities, jealousy, and tension, building up like a ticking time bomb. Music playing softly in the background, the two of them laughing, drinking, enjoying each other's company. It was a celebration of their new life together. As the night went on, things became more intimate. The laughter turned into kisses, and soon, passion filled the room. But in the middle of that moment, Maria made a mistake that would cost her life. She whispered a name, but not Vidal's. She called out the name of her ex. In that instant, everything changed. It was like a switch flipped inside Vidal's mind. For Fidel, it was like a dagger to the heart. Rage consumed him. He screamed, smashing doors, punching walls, throwing furniture across the room. Maria tried to calm him down, but he wasn't listening anymore. His eyes were cold, almost animalistic. Fueled by blind rage, Fidel brutally assaulted Maria with unimaginable cruelty. He used objects around the apartment, beer bottles, a hair straightener, and then his fists, his entire arm, tearing her from the inside. The apartment descended into chaos. Shouts, crashes, screams. What happened in those next few minutes was so brutal, investigators later compared it to a scene from a horror film. By the time it was over, Maria lay motionless on the floor. Maria's injuries were catastrophic. She was barely recognizable. The walls, the floors, everything was covered in blood. In a panic, Fidel tried to cover up what had happened. He wiped his hands, moved objects around, even tried to cover bloody tissue with drywall pieces. But the horror was impossible to erase. Finally, reality hit him. Maria wasn't breathing. She wasn't moving. In a panic, Fidel grabbed his phone and called 911. His voice shook as he begged for help.
911, what is your emergency?
Hello? Fucking hurry up, man. My girlfriend's fucking in the bathroom. She gonna breathe for me. I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna die, man. Come on. Okay, come here, man. Please.
I can barely understand what's going on.
No, my God, she was fainting. Like, I don't know when she went to the bathroom or when I went there. It was full blood and everything, like, I don't know, man, she's not breathing. I mean, like, she's fucking, she's gonna die, man. Come on, shut up. That's all I have right now, man. I don't know, I just smoke right here, man. I just smoke right here, and
Let's put the address on it so we can get her some mail.
Benny, come on, man. Please don't fucking close your eyes, Benny. Come on.
Okay. Okay, so let's do something with the address on it so we can get her mail.
Oh, man.
Sir, I need the address so I can get her.
But when police arrived, they didn't find a medical emergency. They found a nightmare. Blood spattered on the walls, broken furniture, and Maria's lifeless body. The scene was so disturbing that even experienced officers were shaken. At first, Fidel tried to explain it away. He told detectives that it was an accident, that they had been drinking, that things got out of control. He said that they were making a rough sex. He claimed Maria had asked for things during intimacy that led to her injuries. He claimed that Maria asked him to put the beer bottle inside her vagina. She said that her ex-husband used to do that with her. She wanted me to do that to her. I did what she asked me to do. She is my love. I do whatever she asks me to do. He repeated the same line over and over. She asked. I just did what she wanted. Then she passed out. This is all what I remember. I can't remember what exactly happened. I feel that my mind is blocked. But detectives weren't convinced. He remembered every detail. The drinks, the kisses, the intimacy. And then suddenly, he claimed he couldn't remember anything after that. One investigator slammed the table and shouted, "You remember everything. Until the moment it matters most, that's impossible." Then came the turning point. Police laid out the evidence, the photos, the blood of the scene, the forensic reports, and remains of Maria's internal tissues scattered on the floor covered with drywall. Fidel's face went pale. He buried his head in his hands. And then, he broke. He confessed. He said he exploded with rage, that a blinding anger took over until he could no longer see or control himself. It happened the moment he heard his girlfriend whisper another man's name, her ex, in the middle of their intimacy. And twice. He said it was like she stabbed his pride, like she told him he wasn't a man, that he wasn't enough. He admitted to forcing a beer bottle inside her, and worse, a hair straightener as well. Then, consumed by fury, he pushed in his fists and eventually his entire arm, tearing her from the inside and pulling her organs out with his bare hands. In his own words, "I didn't understand what I was doing. I was nothing but anger and hate." He screamed that he didn't mean to kill her, but it was her fault. She had hurt his pride. Otherwise, he would have never thought to hurt her, and that he loves her. Thus, Fidel Lopez confessed to one of the most heinous crimes America had ever witnessed. It was not a sexual incident, but an explosion of rage, jealousy, and madness. The case shook public opinion. In court, the case drew massive attention. The room was packed with journalists and members of the public, horrified by the details. The prosecution described the crime as an act of pure rage stripped of all humanity. The judge agreed. Fidel Lopez was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Maria's life ended in that apartment. Fidel's life ended behind prison bars. This wasn't just a crime of passion. It was a chilling reminder of what happens when jealousy and obsession take control. This wasn't love. Real love is not control. It's not jealousy. Love is trust. Love is respect. Love is safety. What happened that night was something else entirely.
This was the story of Fidel Lopez, or rather, the tragedy of Maria Nemeth. A night of passion that turned into one of the darkest crimes in America. What's your take on this case? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next chilling story.